What's up, guys? Back with another Mental Monday. Last week, I talked to you guys about getting back on the mat, not taking too much time off, whether you're sulking or celebrating, depending on how your season went. Today, I told you, I promised you, I would talk about what I thought the most efficient use of your time is. So, obviously, there's different kinds of people, right? Some of you guys are seniors. You're gearing up for a Folkstyle national tournament. And that's fine. So, maybe you guys are a little focused, a little more intense. For most of you other guys, you've probably had an intense training period up to the high school state tournament if your coach is doing it right. And so now I think it's time to gear back a little bit. Not too much intensive training. And the thing that I think can be most efficient for you, and this is, maybe you have enough self-awareness to do this for yourself, maybe you need to sit down with one of your coaches, but figure out how you need to evolve to make yourself better. And so what this means is, and this is a really hard for a lot of people to do because it takes change, it takes patience, and you're gonna get almost a little bit worse, especially when you're going live, okay? And so let's just throw a theoretical situation out there, right? Say you're great on your feet, but you stink on bottom. Obviously, a great evolution for you is to become a better bottom wrestler. That's your problem, that's something you've always had trouble with. And so what you need to do is you put yourself there more frequently in practice. And if the regular practice isn't putting you there, then after practice, you go grab one of the guys that's tougher in the room, and you say, hey, can we do some top bottom goes? I really need to work on my bottom. Make that evolution. Obviously, we can get a lot more refined than that, right? Like, hey, I have a great single leg. I'm scoring it most of the time, but sometimes I get trapped in my shin whizzer, right? So, okay, our next evolution is, how do I get great at finishing my shin whizzer? Because when I get there, or when they shin whizzer me, obviously. When I get there, now I'm going to finish. Now, we could keep going with this, right? I have a great single leg. I need to attack the other side, so I need a knee pull or a high crotch or an arm drag or something like that. And so I don't know every one of you, but your coaches do. You probably do. So if you have enough self-awareness, you can do this for yourself. I know I did this for myself a lot. Pick a handful of situations where you really struggled in. Study your season. Where did you have success? Where did you have failures? And now this doesn't mean forget about what you already do great, right? You probably already do some things really well. Don't forget about those things. Use these new things to complement those things, okay? So for example, if you have a great single leg, if you have a great attack to your right side, boom, I shoot a single leg this way, right? But I don't have a great attack to this side. Now that person can always favor, it would be their left leg back because they know that's where I want to attack. They don't have to have as much protection on this side because they don't think I'm going to attack that position. So if I want to attack that side, whether it's a knee pull, a high crotch, a low single, an arm, right? There's a lot of things we can do over there. Now they can't do that, right? So now I still have my single leg, but my single leg is even better because they can't defensively protect that one side so much. Another one would be, I'm just kind of going through a few of them, but there could be a lot of these. Another one would be, well, I shoot a lot, but my headlock / man's position is terrible. So every single person, they just get really low, and my shots don't work anymore. So this doesn't mean forget about your shots, right? Because if you get good at that front headlock man's position, what happens? Boom, their stance has to come up. Now what becomes easier? All of your shots become easier. Okay? So this is what you should do. And why I say this is hard is because most people, they really only enjoy what they already do well. When you say go, when it's a live situation, they're going to do what they already do well. Because that's easy, it's fun, they win. So when you start trying to do things you're not as good at, what happens? Well, you don't have as much success in practice. Who really likes losing to the kid that they usually beat in practice? Nobody, okay? But if you want to make yourself better, you have to do it. It's like taking your medicine, right? Medicine, no one likes to take it, but you have to do it. It makes you better. So when you're in practice, you have to force yourself to do these things. And I did this many times. I mean, I would obsess to the point where I was almost obsessed about it. I would pick a position or two I'm struggling in, and I would just find my way there over and over in practice. So I just got rep after rep after rep after rep after rep. And then, then by the end of my career, people would say, oh, he looks so comfortable everywhere. Well, why do you think that? It's because I spent so much time in practice obsessing over how to evolve my wrestling style through different positioning, through strengthening my weaknesses, and I got a lot better. So that's what I would say your most efficient use of time is. You don't need to go all that hard. Even if you're a younger kid and you're going to a national tournament, you can kind of just train through that, if you will, right? You don't need to peak for every single tournament, because I'm sure if you're a very serious wrestler, you're going to do some kind of Folkstyle national. You're gonna have freestyle and Greco State. You're gonna have regional, Northern Plains, whatever for us, a national. So you're gonna have a lot of attempts to compete this offseason. You need to spend some time making an evolution in your style so that you make those huge improvements that you need to make to get better and to achieve your goals for next year. So, last week we talked about hopping back on the mat, not taking too much time off, whether you succeeded or failed. This week, I talked about what your most useful time is, and that is creating some type of evolution in your style that will make your strengths stronger and your weaknesses less. I hope you guys do it. It's going to suck a little bit, but you can do it. I know you can. Have a great Monday. Peace.